welcome to my quest guide on Remains of the Necrolord. This is the 6th Fremennik Saga. As for the requirements, you will need to have completed the previous quest, which is Tombs of the Warlock, and you need 100% in Vengeance from your Saga and Nadir. You also need 77 Dungeoneering and 85 Necromancy. As for the items, you'll need a Ghost Speak Amulet, a Ring of Kinship, weapons and armor, which I'm rocking Necromancy, along with some food. Keep in mind, I will be linking down below in the description for both guides on Vengeance and Nadir, as you will need 100%. So, let's start out the quest by speaking to Death, who is in the city of Main Plaza, and he says, okay, we're ready to learn of another former apprentice of Raska's. So who's next? Lord Yudura of the Necrolords of Daemonheim. So, hit option 1, yes, accept quest. And the Necrolords are powerful necromancies of Daemonheim, and Daemonheim is the laboratory. And then Lord Yudura once led them, but met his demise in the not too distant past. So another dead apprentice. But luckily Yudura is different, as he did not meet his fate from Rashka. Afterwards, Death will tell that Daemonheim is littered with ghosts who are still lingering with unfinished business, in which case we were able to talk to them, as they are a listless dead, which is just wandering around Daemonheim's entrance. So, right click your Ring of Kinship and teleport to Daemonheim. Once you're here, just go south. Make sure you have run on. And we'll be wanting to find the little ghosts that do wander around. So right here, by this statue of the fish, we want to talk to him. Oh, and make sure to wear the Ghost Speak Amulet. So we'll wear that. Now we speak to him. In which case, his words, he tries to talk to us, but he's like, okay, won't be able to find him, in which case, we send him back to the city of Now, for the next one, you want to go southwest, which is pretty much by the Calgarian Demon entrance. So continue going south, go west, and then he should be right here as soon as we get to the area. Yep, there's another listless. So click on him, and then pretty much just make him rest in peace. As for the last one, teleport back to Daemonheim. And this time we'll be going east. Continue to go east. Now from here, go north. Whoops, wrong one. Now go north, which is just north of Shadow Reef. It should be, yep, this back one, since he looks a little less grayed out. Now that we're here, we'll talk to him, and we learn that he has not seen Yudura. So, that is the third ghost. And from that, now we teleport back to Daemonheim. And voila, there is the ghost of Yudura, which, if we zoom in, we'll notice that it is the one from Nadir. So it's nice to know that we finally have a name to him. And yet, again, look at this ghost scepter. It is so nice. We do have the shadow sword, so maybe we could get a shadow spectra or scepter of some sort as an override. But anyway, you just want to talk to him, and he will say, "Oh, how dare we approach his domain of the Necrolords? The dead here belong to us." He's like, "Oh, I'm not here for the dead. I'm here for you." He's like, so another rival necromancy. He's like, "Actually, I wanted to learn from you about Rashka." He's like, "Wait, you bear his mark?" He's like, yeah, it's true. I'm his new apprentice for now, and if we're aware of him, we can definitely learn from him." He's like, very well. Here is certainly one lesson I will teach you. However, you will need something first in exchange. What would you ask from me? As you can see, I'm a ghost. I wish to rectify this mishap, but I require a body. It's like, I'm not snatching any bodies for you. It's like, oh, don't worry. We need something to recover his own remains. So, he will bring us to the dungeon. In which case, I'll zoom out so we're able to actually see things. And there we go, is Captain Tomo's corpse, which is actually pretty interesting. So, inspect him. This one knows something of my demise. Let me just raise it and force it to talk. Say, Say, okay. Say, wait a minute. And then you'll ask, oh no, I'd like to ask the dead to come alive to ask another question. But the necromancer is like, we force it, and your character's like, nope, I just want him to do it for free. So anyway, right here, he'll cast the Speak of the Dead, and Captain Toma is somewhat awake. And then we'll pretty much confront him and ask him about questions and rumors and stuff about who killed him, which we kind of already know. But anyway, Lord Yudura says, "Focus, soldier. Where is Moya going?" He said, not really sure. Some man who since joined me in death, since I was acting strange, as low down as the furnished floors. But remember, we kind of went down all the way to the wrapped floors. And now, the captain has been rested. And once again, we'll find out the 3 corpses that we did kill, which is a little bit sad. So for here, inspect Tavis's corpse. Most of these names I won't be able to pronounce, they're just so weird. In which case, yeah, we'll be speaking to the 3 NPCs that we did kill off right off the bat in there. So, go north and talk to the Vengeance corpse, which is, here's another one. Say, why am I back here? Is this a nightmare? Or was this the other place a dream? I had a life, a child. I was at peace. So yeah, Yudura, let his soul rest. Send her back. Say, wait, no, that name is familiar. The stories, the ones I think I killed them, visit me sometimes. It's like the ones you think you killed them. It's like they attacked us, killed my brother, poisoned me. As I lay there slowly dying, it came to me. It poured my spite into it and cursed them with my last breath. I did not kill them. It did. So, we speak of a phantom. So, Squadron story, Yudura, he died on the furnished floors, a storeroom, storage crates, and an obelisk. So, oh yes, I remember the room. temporary corpse storage room B12. So okay, let's go. So, okay, sorry to disturb you. Now that we're here, there is where we pretty much killed him. So inspect his body. Say, I was starting to look better, but those are my remains. Say, okay, we found you. He was held up. Say, okay, very well. So pick up his corpse and I will show you. So carefully pick up his body. Now let's continue on. Fear no longer, fellow Necrolords. Yudura has returned. Lend your aid to our new sidekick. We have to perform a ritual. Say, oh, a ritual? Say, oh yeah, I'll teach you a new ritual. One to give you new life, even beyond death. And then should Raska ever dispatch of you, we can return and pretty much take our revenge. But first we need to gather ritual supplies, which the ink and all that stuff are here, so you do not actually need to bring them. So go west, and I'll zoom out just a little bit so we can see the whole area. Okay, now that we're west, you can see the little person dying on the floor. But anyway, let me see, there's take one crate. You can right click and take 5 basics. Right click, take 5 greater, because you don't want to do one at a time, which will take quite a while. So keep right clicking, take all. We'll take 5 at once. And then since it is quest items, we won't be able to bring them out of this quest to actually do normal Necromancy. But anyway, you'll want to get 12 basic inks, 12 regular, and 6 greater. You'll also want to get candles, which I don't see them right now. So from here, pretty much go north and, oh, yep, there's the crates. So over here, just right click, take 5, and voila. Now that we have all the items, let's go back east. If I can click on the door. Okay, there we go, east. And here's the thunderous cloud, how they summoned him and stuff, which is pretty nice because remember, the thunderous Calgarian demon or whatever he did, well, he was being summoned by the Necrolords in a sense, which is pretty interesting in my opinion. So there was a little bit of lore to him because they were pretty much bringing him back from the dead, which we kind of somewhat knew from the dungeoneering lore. But anyway, let's place the candles. And place the body. And now we can start drawing the glyphs. Once you have made all of the glyphs, all the candles in the body, we'll go back and talk to Yudura. So we told him that we finished setting up the ritual, in which case he's like, okay, let us begin. he'll say, okay, that has performed the ritual of the possession to show his sidekick here the collective power of the Necrolords. So they say Vos Da, keep an eye on VOS, because that means energy. XAU Ma, and then TAKMA. So, because of that, we just learned 2 new things, which we did summon in Edamu. But more importantly, what we just learned right there is this NPC, the AU TAC, in which case that was a reference to the underworld realm in a sense for the NPC, who I believe is floor 61. We already have a bit of lore for him thanks to the Pieces of 8 quest, or Hate of Pieces, whatever the pirate quest was, and we do know that it is deep beneath the Reef of Shadowrun, which is pretty much Elite Dungeon 3, as there's 3 floors, but where Seru's head does pop out to heal you, there is a bit of a portal or maybe a tunnel saying that there is a further level down that area, in which case that could be like a 4th floor. And that hand, I believe it is something about this. Now we do know that Jazz is the power of creation. AU Take might be the power of destruction or death and undead, in which case Necromancy is the perfect lore about it. And Voss, that we just learned, they are the spirit of pretty much power or energy, which is pretty much from from divination, in which case we go from different areas and we discover that there's still energy and anima from those areas. So basically she will be the 3rd entity. So speak to Lord Yudura, who we find out is an Edamu. He's like, I have returned. Say, why would you do this to yourself? He's like, as a ghost, my intellect would deteriorate. So, as a zombie or skeleton, his physical form instead. And by possessing his own corpse, he has the best of both, with the added bonus of a powerful and menacing presence, as he does look pretty much awesome. So, it's like, how did the ritual actually help him? It's like, it doesn't. That was for me. But I hate being indebted. I still owe you a lesson. So in which case we want to join him to the south, and he'll teach us what we need to learn about Rashka. So, let's go south. We can wait a little bit, just so we can watch him, who is just south, wandering around. In which case for here, I will be right-clicking. So enter the door and speak to the Lord. So as to teach him, we'll be learning about harsh training, in which case we want to defeat the skeleton trio. In which case we pretty much want to just defeat them, and this is why we needed armor and weapons, and I prefer Necromancy as, for instance, he is praying magic. Necromancy is not that, so we should be able to somewhat bypass that as a little bit of cheating. And the same thing with the other 2 ones. Since they pray magic range and melee, we're using Necromancy, which completely bypasses it, in which case I don't even think I needed food now that I look at this. It's pretty easy. And I'm just using a revolution part too, which, boom, has been completed. speak to Nadir again. So how is that possible? You are but a puny mortal necromancer. We should not have been able to defeat them. He's like, if you thought those conjurers would defeat me, then you've lost far more than a few memories. He's like, you won't fare any better. And whoop, there is Rashka, level 8,462. Now, students, play nicely. And of course, we show up to check up on us. He's like, okay, please, master, take me back. This human's potential is limited. Just look at what I have accomplished in your absence. He's like, perhaps you aren't so worthless after all. He's like, so you'll take me back? He's like, I'll admit, I have given up on ever learning anything of value from our pitiful Kaba, which I'm not sure if that would be a good reference or not, but he will thank us, and Lord Yudura is like, okay, thank you, Master. Now, let's ditch the dead weight and continue your teachings. That is an excellent choice, which means we might be getting a 7th Fremennik Saga, or we'll just have to find out like his spirit or little lore behind the enemies, as that was pretty interesting, in which case the first necromancy does teleport out, saying, I don't think I'm going to learn anything else here. It's best we get back to and share all this with death. For here, now we teleport to the city of Once we're here, speak to death. We have returned, as Death was beginning to worry. He's like, okay, I met Lord Yudura's ghost and helped him to finish his earthly remains, in which case he did teach us a new ritual, which we brought back in Edemu. Turns out he was just angry with Rashka for replacing him with me as his apprentice, and he tried to kill him. But luckily, Edemus are such ghastly abominations, we should head over there and reap his post-hate. He's like, no need, Rashka showed up and already got rid of the body. And then he'll ask, did you learn one thing? He's like, if I were to die, I think Rashka would leave me alone. He's like, okay, pretty interesting. In which case, we did learn the darkness of Rashka, which is pretty much like troubling news and stuff. So with that, you have completed the remains of the Necrolord for 1,000 Necromancy experience, 50,000 Dungeoning XP, and the Necrolord title. And if you are a main account, you will get 2 treasure hunter keys. With that, thank you all so much for watching this guide on Remains of the Necrolord, in which case it was maybe the final Fremennik Saga, but it is nice to know that they are continuing lore, and we even added a new lore, which is Voss. AU take or tack is pretty interesting, which means we might be getting that floor 61, as I did mention earlier. But with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you did like or not, enjoy the rest of your day.